right. Let's get better at the freaking first two jumps of, I think, Equinox's part is what it was. That's what I'll go with. Plugged in my Sayo device. Okay, let's see. Nice. Okay. Okay. Just wanted to check my settings. Yeah, I knew it. Run a poll. Okay, let me do that. Also, hello, Shattered Pixel. I hope I beat it today. Where is managed poll? How's it going? Here, I'll make it like a 10-minute poll, so I'll give plenty of time for people to view it in case I get another viewer. Okay. There we go. Okay, in case you missed yesterday's or 2 days ago stream, I basically died. I got to this part from 0 a total of 6 times, and actually wait, I'm trying to remember. No, 4 of those 6 died to the very first jump, that one, and the other 2 died to the 3rd jump, this one. So yeah, I think this part needs a bit of practicing. really hate it when I mind block like that, but it's whatever. I'm used to it. Not that hard. Okay, that was weird. What? Is there like a music cue? Wait, no, that's probably a bad idea. Is there any sort of visual cue at all? Frame stepper. Okay, I can't wait. No, there's literally nothing. Literally nothing. What if I just go like... Okay, where's the best place to jump? Okay, that's the first frame it's possible to jump. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This would be the 10th frame. That's not even possible. So it's a 9-frame click. That's actually pretty tight. So this is first, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the optimal frame to jump. So it's like slightly aligned. I'm looking at this, okay, hide pause menu. I'm looking at this spike up here. This is exactly where I should be jumping from. This is the optimal place to jump. So if I jump like when the right edge of my cube is aligned with like the spike, or not really, but I'll just jump. I'll try to jump when it's like slightly, it's 9 frames on 240 is what I mean. It's not 720. I run this is just like, they have the visual FPS desynced with the gameplay FPS, which is always on 240 now in 2.2. So 9 frames on 240 is still pretty hard though. Which is like 2 frames on 60-ish. So yeah, okay, let me try that. Frame stepper, hide pause menu. Oh, that didn't work, okay. Okay, you know what? I gotta change this actually real quick. I'm gonna try to get to that part from further back. So I don't have much experience doing that other than from 0. that ball click is another 9 frame. It doesn't, it would be easier than a 9 frame, but if you click it too early, then the wave becomes completely impossible because you get misaligned. So you have to click that ball click late, the last one. I don't know why I'm failing on 9 frames so much. When I did Waterfall, that level had like 6 frames and 5 frames like every few percent. I guess I just like practiced it a lot. I don't know. That was very sketchy with the wave. Ah, okay. I really need to practice the second half of this yet again. What? Like, what even was that? Okay, like, I didn't even use my visual cue there. I think it's too late to make a visual cue, actually. Come to think of it. Okay, that is, like, legitimately the hardest part of the level. I'm doing that click too fast. Yo, hell yeah, one. I gotta do that wave click late. Man, every single click in this part is like super unintuitive. Like, how is that bad? I'm just bad at that. Wow. How do I suck so badly at this part now? What? That was too late? This part is impossible. It's freaking impossible. Okay, I actually just hit that orb too late entirely. Whoops. Nice. Okay, now can I get far from like an earlier part like this? No, I can't. Okay, whatever. I guess that's a death that can sometimes happen. Not too big of a fan of it when it does happen though, I must say. I guess that's a death I have to watch out for. Nice death at 66.66%. Whoa. Don't know how I survived that after whatever the hell that was. Every single thing in that, every single click in that is like a weird timing of some sort. You just didn't practice it good from the start. I don't know. What's up? What's 3? Welcome to the chat. I don't know if Sigma's better than this. I haven't played Sigma, but this looked pretty fun, so I decided to give it a go. That's an interesting death. What card do I want to practice? I guess this card again? Yeah, I mean, as you can see from the title of this stream, I have a whole bunch of deaths to this part. I know it says this is set 75 or 76, but this is with the 2.1 percentages. But in the actual level, it's 2.2%, which has this at 73. So I died 4 times to this jump, this first jump, and twice to that second jump, and that I've never gotten past it. So yeah, I'm struggling hard. And I also didn't die to this part at all, but the first 5 times I got there. It was only on the 6th time that I actually died there. So I'm happy I'm consistent at that part, because people apparently say that that part's pretty hard, which I do kind of agree with, but I don't think it's as hard as people quite as hard as people say. Okay, that is weird. Okay. Okay, I wasn't paying attention there. I know what I have to do there. I have to like start holding just after I hit that yellow portal, and I didn't do it. I simply did not do that. Let's try some runs from 0. I think I've practiced for long enough. Surely I don't regret that decision. Forgot to set the percentage to 2 decimals. Yo, hi Reinhardt, how's it going? Thanks for the GL Gamma. I didn't practice that lemons part when I practiced before doing attempts from 0, but I'm gonna get enough practice with attempts from 0. Like, do I even really need it? And I doubt that practicing the duel will be much help anyway, just because it's so strange. Okay, and like there's nothing I can do about that. That's basically random, I think. Maybe I could time that, but I don't know. It's a death. It's a common death, that wave. that's a hard click to 9 frames. Pretty good run considering that was like my first run to 30% of the whole day. But yeah, pretty happy with that. Let's keep on keeping on, I guess. What? How did I get that sort of a boost? Okay, wait. Out of the ways to die there, I was not expecting to die to that spike. I was kind of expecting to die to the top spike, if I'm being completely honest. So that kind of threw me off. But yeah, whatever. I guess that's fair. That's kind of a hard part. I'm surprised I have as few deaths to this part overall as I do, even with these 2 deaths. Although it's now getting more what I would expect. It does seem like that, which I'm hopeful for, although the part from like 50 to 62 or something is very, like, it's very dieable, especially the latter half of that part. I'm getting very lucky with it today. And that wave is just really hard, so there's that. But yeah, the as you can see from the title, Reinhardt, there's one specific part that is just impossible for me. It's 2 specific clicks that I just can't do for some reason. And the 74 and 75 were actually the same click, if you can believe that. Okay, actually, to elaborate a little bit more. Okay, wait. Okay, so ignore what this percent says. This percent is using 2.1 instead of, like, the 2.1 method instead of 2.2. So if I go frame stepper, there's a jump. Okay, wait, not frame stepper. I'm gonna instead do checkpoint. This jump right here. Yeah, no problem, Shatterpixel. Sounds good to me. So this jump, so in both of my attempts getting here, which are my 74 and 75, I jumped too early, so I hit the spike in the corner. However, I took a screenshot of both deaths, and the 74% one actually got further before dying than the 75% one. And I think I know exactly why, and it is a speed desync issue with the level, because 2.2 goes by a time-based system. And both the 74 and 75% deaths showed exactly 75.00% here. So for the 74 death, I assume it was like actually 74.998 or something like that, and it rounded to 75, but also rounded down to 74. And the reason that the 74 death was further was because somewhere along the line I hit a diagonal speed portal at a different vertical time, which meant it triggered earlier or later than the other attempt. So that's why it desynced a little bit. So it's kind of funny that this happened. It was the amount of accuracy required for this to happen is just like insane to be exactly on a percent as well. It's kind of funny. But yeah, that's the story of that. And now more attempts. Fair. That click is kind of annoying. Okay, I don't know how I passed that at all. I was supposed to do an entire extra click on the ship, and I just did not do it. currently have 3 attempts to the 50% mark, which is pretty cool. I'm getting kind of consistent, so I should be able to do it today, hopefully. As long as the 73% jump doesn't keep killing me. One can only hope. Oh, whoops, I still have hide pause menu on. I believe this is around Yatagarasu difficulty. I'm just going to check the list, though. The AREDL. Actually, it's a little bit harder than Yatagarasu. Gamma is currently at 302. It is next to Spatial Rend. It's very close to Spatial Rend, which is a relatively old level. I want to say, I think it was at like number 2 at some point. It's close to Wasareta, Cybernetic Crescent, and also it's a little bit easier than Storming Summit, Plasma Pulse Finale, so that kind of a thing. Yeah, pretty happy with it. Although it is I think about the same difficulty as Icotact, which is the last extreme that I did, and I did Icotact significantly faster than this one. So I'm not sure. Although this is considered slightly harder, but I don't think it should be quite, I don't know. Either I'm getting unlucky with this, or I got lucky with Icotact, one or the other. Skill set, yeah, for sure. I think, well, with this level, it's like very fast paced and high CPS, which I don't think is my skill set. Whereas Icotact, it was I mean, Icotact was that too, but there's a lot more timings, and I think I'm just better with timings than high CPS spam in general. Which is, I mean, kind of a given that I beat Waterfall, which is the most timey demon in the whole list, probably. Wish Piano Woman was list-worthy? I can't say I've heard of that level before. It's 282. I'm just gonna have a quick look at the video. What the hell is this? Is this even Geometry Dash? That's so funny. Okay, wait, I'm a bit confused on what the controls even are for this. Like, I assume it's a 2-player level, but like, what's going on? You just have to one for the left hand and one for the right hand or something? Interesting. Okay. That's funny. I like that level. That was a dumb death. Impossible wave, yay. Love it. What is that death? I mean, man, I'm seeing now, I'm comparing to last stream where I got insanely lucky with this part. And I'm dying now to all the parts that I'm expecting to die to, because I've died to that a lot in practice. That is kind of an annoying click. What? That's certainly a death of all time. Yeah, there's the bug again. Green orb did not green orb. held for that long there. Why? I think I actually passed the wave and I only died after I became a cube, which is kind of annoyingly funny, I guess, is a way to put it. What? That's a very rare death. Really? It's Penato's part that's becoming the new killer. It was the killer in, I think, 2 streams ago, and then it became nearly free last stream, and now it's becoming a killer again. Last stream it was Lithifusion's part at like 50 to 62 that was the big killer. Actually, no, that's not even true. Wait. I think it was mostly Metal Face's part that was the killer. riveting stream, I know. Lots of interesting things happening. Okay, can I stop dying to that wave? Geometry Dash is always riveting. Counterpoint. Okay, actually this is kind of... Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. It's very riveting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, first 4% of Co-Reda, exactly. Maybe... What part should I practice? Maybe Metal Faces part? Probably. Yeah, the wave part specifically. Co-Red is the first 4% is like ridiculously hard, right? If I'm remembering correctly. GL shower. I was gonna say, I literally read that chat in the middle of my attempt. I should stop doing that. Surely you'll come back to me beating the level. Okay, the wave is not that hard. Surely I can beat it. Like right now. First attempt. Nope, bug. Okay, well that attempt doesn't count. This is the actual first attempt. Okay, never mind. I never died to that. Feels like I'm more consistent than last stream, but also I've gotten 0 attempts to 73. I think I have, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's about the same as last stream. I keep dying like that. For sure, yeah. This stream is so different than the previous stream that I'll surely just fluke the level. know what to do there. It's just hard. You gotta. I have a strat for that duel, but it involves entering the ship portal kind of specifically. That is a hard click and it is nearly blind. You barely have time to react to it. Reasonable death is what I was trying to say. Yo, thanks for the raid. Yep. Yeah, Lithofusion Ball. It's just that first click. Yeah, it's kind of hard. How was your stream, by the way? Also, hello, the Lost Solver 82. I'm just trying to beat this level right now. I still have not gotten to 73, despite getting there 6 times in the previous stream. Although I do think that last stream was extremely lucky. Guess what happened today? You beat Thinking Space 2. That's what happened today. Learning Operation Evolution. Nice. Oh no. By died, do you mean like turned off and won't turn back on, or like what? What's going on with the computer? Yeah, Sleep Buff does go crazy. I completely agree. Sleep Buff was insane when I did Waterfall. Detect my motherboard or a drive that has Windows on it. That's weird. Like, it doesn't detect your motherboard at all? Do you get to like an error screen or what? Or does nothing happen? Because if it doesn't detect a motherboard, then I can't see how anything at all could happen, like at all. I mean, my experience with PCs is not amazing. Although I did build this PC that I'm playing on right now, so it's at least something. But yeah, that problem might be a bit above my pay grade. how expensive would it be to replace the whole computer then? Because if either that or you have to figure it out yourself, which, I mean, might be possible if you use the internet. Okay, bro, I'd never die to that wave. That's such a stupid death. I mean, if you really don't want to like take it to a professional, you could like, I know there's Reddit subreddits that kind of do that stuff. You just like post what computer problem you have, and then a bunch of nerds will tell you what to do. I don't know. The results may vary with that. I will just warn you, yeah, exactly 50-50. Oh, actually, one thing you could do, if you have multiple drives, what if you try switching them around in the slots? And you can see if it's always the same drive that's failing, or if it's the same slot that's failing. Okay, fine. Overall, I like this level. It does have some actual bugs, and I'm not just like saying an unusually difficult timing is a bug. Like, it has some literal bugs. Most of the parts are fun. It's unfortunate that the least fun stuff is right at the end. The least fun and most inconsistent stuff, which is probably going to decrease my enjoyment of this significantly, but it is what it is. Yeah, I guess the main course of action would just be like confirm whether it's a problem with the SSD or with something else. And if you can do that and you find out that it's the SSD, then yeah, as you're saying, just wipe it completely and reset it. I believe I whitelisted imgur.com links, so you could try that. Let me just double check. I actually did that. Yeah, I think I did. Or, okay. Yeah. Yes, do that. Follow me and never miss a stream again. After this, I'm probably going to be doing Storming Summit, although I might take an unknown amount of time for that. Yo, thanks for the follow, Wave. Appreciate it. W Celeste indeed. I think Celeste is the single game I have the most hours on, even more than Geometry Dash. And that number is about 2,200. Every single click in the second half of Lithofusion's part is hard. Like, it is some sort of timing. Including the one I died to. Was that 2 attempts in a row? No, dang it, there was 1 attempt in between. Those were attempts 67 and 69, by the way. I'm not kidding. I have to practice this part. Oh, sorry. Oh, Lost Solver, I completely missed your other message. Is there a way that I can be notified when you're streaming tomorrow? In case you're still there, then, here. There you go. I don't often advertise that because basically nothing happens, but you can get pinged when I start stream if you like to do that. But apart from that, I'm not really using that Discord for much else. But you can get pinged when I start stream. I just repeated myself like twice. I will try not to do that. Okay. That bodes pretty well for my first 73% attempt today. Okay, fine. One pixel death, yay. Oh my god, stop dying there. Ooh, 8 viewers, that's quite a lot. I think that might actually be a record for me playing GD in this this year / 2025. Pretty cool. Hello everyone. This is Gamma by Sunix, Mindcap, and some other people. One of which created this abomination of a part. Which is like a bunch of cube jumps that are hard. And then some that are not as hard. Okay, more attempts from 0. What was that death? to hold that wave for longer. Okay. I've repeated myself a few times, but just because all the new people are here, every single click in that wave is a timing of some sort. So it's just really hard to get good at. Dude. Look, like, I don't have the mod that lets me zoom in, but like, look at this. I somehow almost clipped through that spike entirely. Like, I died to the bottom of the spike, going down as a ball. Surely I can get like several 73 attempts today. Fusion Ball. Yeah, Asdeek 8878, welcome to the stream. I'm not taking level requests right now. I'm playing at this level. Every time I die to that duel, I just don't know what killed me. Like, what could I have done differently there? I don't know. Okay, my finger kind of slipped on my Sayo device, so that's what I blame for that death. I don't know what happened there. There's actually no way. Okay, I want to check something really quick though, because if I'm not mistaken, I think I actually died on the way up from that wave, which makes that like more than frame perfect. I just want to check to see if that was right. I'm right in saying that. How do I go frame by frame in VLC? I forgot. Video, VLC frame by frame. Yeah, E key, okay. Let me see. Oh wait, I think I kind of did actually. That is so unlucky. Wow, again, that is one frame. That is for sure one frame off. Okay, I'm going to get to 70 today, or 73, I guess. At least 73, I should say, preferably more. Yeah, exactly. Build up to clear the next run to 70. What? I was sure I did it too late. Or I should rephrase that. I was sure I did it late enough, but apparently I was still too early with that click. So I was still anti-gravity. Yo, Inferno ZV, ZV, I always forget. Welcome back. If you can believe it, I have made 0 runs to 73 today, despite getting to max part a whole lot. Which I guess is expected. I guess max part is finally showing its difficulty for me. You missed a 60-something% run just like a couple minutes ago. Yeah, I really appreciate the sub. I will do my best to stream commonly. I mean, yeah, there's no guarantees, but I'm absolutely gonna stream like every 1 or 2 days until I beat this level. And then I'll try to play Storming Summit pretty soon after that. investment enough at the first half, I think. I just have to get the second half done. Dude, I despise that wave. Okay, that's a bit of a strong word. I dislike the wave. It's probably better. Practicing the wave. This is insane. Thank you, GL Sleep. I need to. Okay, I think I figured it out. I have to do like, okay. After I do that quick double click, like here, I have to go higher before I release that clip. Like that. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that works. That's all I wanted to try. Not that gamma. This one. I rest my case that this wave is impossible. Yup. Apparently, yeah, the wave. I mean, the wave has always been really awful for me, but I guess just especially. I did get I mean, I have gotten a whole bunch of attempts past the wave today, but just not like lately. Actually, I'll be back in like 1 minute. Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back. That was much less than a minute. Ooh, do some head stretches. Okay, ready. Oh wait, I was not hitting the right key on my keyboard. Whoops. Wait, what did my SEO device get? Huh? Oh, yeah, okay. What the hell? Okay, there we go. My SEO device wasn't registering for some reason. I quite like it, actually. So the thing with playing with mouse is if you play on a mouse pad, it is very slippery, and you do not want it to be slippery with playing GD. But what I found is that if on most like mouse pads, if you flip it over, then the opposite side is very grippy. So if you just put the mouse on that side, then you just don't move it, and you just keep it in the same spot. It's annoying when you actually have to move the mouse to like navigate menus and stuff, but when you're actually playing, it's way better than having it on the normal side of the mouse pad. I know it's kind of a very hacky method, but it works for me. It absolutely is peak. I've seen people playing it, and it is complete and utter peak. It's, by the way, it's Storming Summit. I think that's what he meant, right? Although there are other levels, like there's a rated list demon, I think, that has the word Starlight. Hello, Sokolucho GD. Is that how I pronounce it? Probably not, but welcome to the stream. This level is peak, maybe. It's certainly peak for its time, although I wouldn't say it's peaks anymore. Yeah, the jump from Easy Extreme to Storming Summit is very big. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure this level was number 3 when Bloodlust was the number 1. If I'm not mistaken. And Storming Summit, I think, is harder than this, but easier than Bloodlust. So it's probably like Plasma Pulse Finale difficulty. Oh my god. I feel like almost every attempt is getting to this wave. This wave, oh my god. Artificial sentence on it because of the funny Celeste task map video. Honestly, not 100% sure what video you're referring to, but I would like to see that. Did someone make like a Celeste map that is like Artificial Ascent but remade in Celeste, if that's what you're referring to? Okay, I'll watch it after stream probably because I don't have my stream set up to stream anything other than a full screen game on OBS, which is basically GD. Oh, Gamma was top 4. Okay. Oh, that's close. This is getting ridiculous. Okay, well, I just realized, oh yeah, Spatial Rend would be the other level that's in the top 4. And I think Gamma was added at number 3 below PPF and Spatial Rend, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say. I don't think it was ever 1 or 2. one. Dude, how many attempts have I gotten to this part? At least 5 today. This is insane. I'm almost certain that that was 2 in a row. I paid attention to that. I specifically, because I was like, okay, this is the next attempt, way back at like 10%, and it just kept going. I'm basically certain this was 2 attempts in a row, making it to 60 whatever percent that would be. Okay, not 3 in a row. Rip. Okay, I was lower than I thought I was. I was gonna say, has my consistency on the wave finally improved? But yeah, maybe that was just a lucky streak. Right now, I'm still refusing to end stream unless I get a 73% attempt. But if this drags on for way too long, then I might have to change that, which would be really annoying, but whatever. What is going on with me? That is like such a one of the dumbest deaths I think I've had. Even though it doesn't look like a dumb death, I think it is. That ship is very free. Yep, ball. Yeah, Lithic Fusion's kind of hard, although I did pass it from 0 twice in a row somehow. I don't know how I did that. I think I'm clicking too late there. That's why I'm dying like that. As far as I can tell. That UFO death was such a nothing death. I have no emotional reaction to it, despite being a death that basically never happens. I did it again. Face is okay. Metal Face is definitely the hardest part in this level. Like, there's no contest, not even Max part. I've decided. I don't know what practicing this part would do for me. Oh my dude. Like, yeah, sure, I could grind it out for a million hours and learn every single timing, but is that worth it? No. Going insane. Metal Faces part. Okay, fine. Fine, you forced my hand. Okay, never mind. It has been so long since I have gotten to even 30% on this level. I am going insane. Okay, yeah, like, bruh. One attempt past Metal Face, and then I get here. Figures. I think I have solidified my determination of what the hardest part in the level is. Okay, like, I'll practice for beating level 2x in a row. Okay, I can sort of explain what happened there. So I did, there's like a ball click way back to the left here, and then there's a UFO click. I did the ball click and the UFO click what looked like way too late, but I somehow still survived, and I've never survived by doing it that late in practice. Like, I would always have died there. So I think that just kind of threw me off about how I was not dead. But yeah, let's keep this consistency up, please. Specifically on Metal Face's part. That is literally the only part I need consistency on. I'm really consistent on every single other part up to max part. Yo, Cloudy Fex, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I mean, as levels go, it's pretty good. There's just like 2 parts that you really have to watch out for. And also the last quarter of the level is the worst quarter. So there's that. Yeah, and then this wave part is just impossible. I don't know why, but I cannot get consistent at it. Yeah, overall it's very fun though. I like it. But it has very high click like density, so if you don't like that kind of gameplay, then maybe you won't like it. Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess people are at different skill levels, but yeah. I mean, I'm not super happy with this stream. I got to 73%, which is the second last part in Gamma, 6 times last stream. I have gotten to that part 0 times this stream. So I'm kind of not very happy with how that was going in this stream. But yeah, I do think last stream was very lucky though, because I had ridiculous consistency with the part just before 73, and now I'm actually dying to it a lot more, which is expected because it's a hard part, but I wish I could keep that consistency, you know? No, this isn't my hardest. My hardest is Waterfall, actually. I'm quite proud of that as a hardest. But yeah, in terms of this death, I don't know. I just spam click in that straight fly and hope that it works, honestly. I really got to get a better strat for that. But yeah, it's kind of... I'll do that next stream. I just want to runs from 0. It's worked so far. Maybe I should, yeah, I'm not sure. I did. I beat it when it was 65, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I beat it right around the turn of the new year. So, yep, I was on the main list for like 2 months. Oh yeah, there's that bug again. I just click on the green orb and it does not green orb me. Yeah, I kind of want a good consistency streak with the wave, and so I don't want to stop doing runs from 0 at this point. Yeah, Renevent is like 148, and Renevent is actually my second hardest right now. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, you knew that. So, it's kind of crazy how fast Renevent fell from like 110 when I beat it, or 120. The problem is, though, that the list is just getting harder and harder all the time. See, that's more like what I expect to happen there. Hardest is 166. Yeah. Which one is 166 right now? Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly an unk as well. Like, I'm too old to be in the generation that uses that slang anyway. When I started playing GD, the hardest demon in the game was Cataclysm. Just to give you an idea. That's what I remember. I remember when Bloodbath was verified. distracted by the two long chat messages that happened at the exact same time. Yeah, EVW, it's crazy that EVW is still going. He's like almost 40 or something. Yeah, no worries. That's completely my fault. I gotta stop getting distracted. I gotta like get into the habit of not looking at chat or even like giving chat any attention until I die. And once I die, then I can look at chat. Or if I'm like in the first 10%, then that's fine as well. But yeah. It's not your fault. I don't know why it held for so long there. I just felt like it and it did not work. Oh yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator, nice. It's a name I haven't heard in a while. Assuming I got the acronym correct. Took me a little bit to think of what that means. Okay, I have to practice that. I just want to make sure what I'm doing is right. I think I know what to do there, but like double checking never hurt anyone. Okay, I do not want to die like that in an actual attempt. think I have a good idea. So I'd late. Okay, I think I got it. Waterfall took me 42,501 attempts. I'm finding a strategy here. Can I remember how to do this? Okay, maybe not. Oh yeah, like, okay, that's actually something I've kind of wondered. If you were not allowed to practice a level at all and you could only play from zero, and that is your literal only method of playing it, how long would it take you to beat, like, an extreme demon, like Aku? Basically, you need to get a new record in order to even see what the next part of the level looks like. It's not that hard. How did I get that low with the wave? There's no way I didn't click for that long. Sorry to disappoint your that is the one redeem, but it was not the one. I was kind of surprised that I passed the last part. I kind of do. I don't miss the type of part that this part is, like the part I just died to. But yeah, I kind of agree. The classic levels are really nice. Like, I like levels that are designed like this. Like the Spectral levels or whatever. Or the Woogie levels. Some good classic ones. Of course. Like, I don't even know what to say, dude. How many attempts have I gotten to max part? Like 8, I think, probably today. And 0 passes. What on earth? Yeah, honestly, like, if GD stays being a really, really popular game, then I think the top players will get younger and younger. And then we'll see, like, prodigies. Yeah, cubing is exactly what I was thinking of. Isn't the world record holder like 6 years old now or something? absolutely no way. Okay, just for some context on how insane this part has been to me, the first 5 times I got to this part from 0, I passed it. All 5 times. And I'm 0 for like 9 in this session right now. It is like, what the hell? I'm gonna get from here to the end as many times in a row as I can. That's what I'm gonna do. Or like here to the end of the part. Like, mind blocks are my biggest weakness, I would say. I have no idea how to fix it, but it just is. Okay, but that doesn't count. Okay, 0. I don't know how that survived. Okay. 1. 2. 3. Okay, 0. Real 0. Okay, let's not do that in a run. Okay, is that like 4 or something? I don't know. It's quite a few. Maybe I'm on a good run. Okay, it's actually easy. Yeah, delta is after gamma in the Greek alphabet. That's true. But for me, I'm assuming you meant what level I'm going to do next, which is going to be Storming Summit, I've decided. I think it's about time I get that one out. I think I'm pretty good with this. That spike there is so mean. It makes the whole part like twice as hard. Okay, surely I can not die there next time I get there. I was thinking about that. Like, is there any person in the world who has both a harder extreme demon than me, as well as a harder golden strawberry than me? Like, both of those at the same time. I'm not sure there is. Okay, how many deaths do I have? 68 times 6. Look at this shit. Look, 68 times 6. Also, golden strawberry is just like a very difficult... it's like the equivalent of doing beating a geometry dash level. That's like the best analogy that I could probably give, which still isn't a very good analogy. It's doing a level deathless, and like doing a spell, yeah. So like the hardest Golden Strawberry is basically the hardest Celeste map that I've done without dying. And I've done a very difficult one without dying. I did the hardest level in what is probably the most popular collab, although I don't 100% know if that's still true. I haven't been keeping up. Okay, I'm being 100% honest when I say this. I think the Golden Strawberry I did is probably harder than Waterfall. I think it would be like top like 50 to, yeah, I'll say it's like top 50 to like 60 maybe. I think that's pretty reasonable. It's called, here, I actually made a whole video on it. I'll just send the link in chat. There you go. Yep. Okay. Now let's get back to Gamma. Okay. Good luck, bed. I'm gonna see if I can get. I really, really want a 73% attempt at least. I wouldn't normally be streaming this long anyway, but yeah, I just really want one because I can't. Like, I'm never gonna forgive myself if I get 0.73 attempts this stream. It's like for real. Yeah, thanks for showing up. Yeah, probably, honestly. I'm probably just gonna beat it in like 10 minutes. That's a death that I don't get very often, somehow. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, I think I should be able to stream tomorrow. I have a bunch of time. We'll see. absolutely going crazy. I mean, my consistency is still good though. Okay, what is that? Yay, bug. Really? Like, I thought I practiced that. Okay, whatever. I think I have to just click earlier on that UFO. Yeah, well, especially Mac 2. Like, Litho Fusion's been pretty not that, like, it's been normal. Like, the endings killed me a bunch, obviously, but I've also gotten past it 10 times today, which is pretty good. The Mac I've gotten past literally 0 times. What the hell was that? I don't know what I was doing. Ah, nice. I was gonna say, weren't you chatting before as well? Or like, yeah. What was that death in the duel? I would not be able to tell because I don't know. I just don't know anything about my deaths in the duel. I just click the button and hope it works. On paper that click is hard, but like I should not be dying to it. Bug. I think it happened just because I was really low in the wave, so when it turned into a cube, it immediately hit the bottom spike. Like, I wouldn't call that a bug, that's just bad design. Oh, maybe you could consider it a bug. Arguably, I'm not even sure. Or yeah, you're referring to the, never mind, it's a different bug. This one, the green orb one. Which definitely is a bug, there's no question. Okay. Surely I can get to 73 before I have to quit, and then this becomes the worst stream in the history of streams. Apart from the fact that people were actually here, so they enjoyed my worst stream with me. What? How did I not click fast enough for that? Just fell right off the edge. Yeah, I don't know. It's really just that one part, max part. Dude. too high. Yo, stuck in a cornfield. Thanks for the raid. How was your stream? Thanks for the GLs. I'm definitely gonna need it with how I've been playing today. Man. My best today is 68 times 6. I'm not even making that up. Got through some Psychokinetic, nice. Yeah, that's fair. I've heard Stardew Valley is really good. I haven't tried it myself though. Nice and relaxing. Stardew Valley after this stream. Yeah, Raindrops on Roses, quite the advanced map to start with. Wow, that is like extremely long, and that's what I remember about it. Yeah, fair. Oh yeah. I can't remember what berry that is. But I remember the rain. Oh wait, yeah, I remember the... Okay, I remember the berries in that level now. There is that one that you need like to... Yeah, okay, never mind. go. I don't know why I did that. I waited for way too long before doing that last swing copter press. I think I was scared of how low I was. Fair enough. Thanks for stopping by. I'm probably just gonna... Man, it's getting late for me too. I'm probably gonna end when I get to Mac, I think, for the next time. That's probably a fair place to end it. I shouldn't have to be too much longer, given I got there 10 times this stream so far. such a good streak going on Penato's part this stream. Actually, that's not true. I died a bunch to the last wave, but if you don't count the last wave, it was pretty good. Yep, just as I thought. What happened there? Way too late. That wasn't even close. For longer. I get it. I get it. Clicked. What do you want from me, game? What? No comment. Other than the fact that that was like 3% before the point when I wanted to get to end stream. This is, yeah, man. Yep. The world wants me to know that this is the worst GD stream ever. Yeah, honestly, this is kind of funny at this point. I swear I'm not doing it on purpose. Well, the consistency comes and goes. Like, the last few attempts I've been doing really well, but I've also had streaks where I get like nothing. I did not hold for long enough. I should really have fixed that by now, but I have not. That last spike is raised. Did you know that? Because I did, and I wasn't really paying attention to that. I should probably find a better strat for that, but I won't do that today because I just want to get today done. Okay, that's all I wanted to do for today. Finally got another attempt to Mac. Did not pass, which I kind of expected. Number 11 today, 0 for 11. Yeah, I'm just done for today. I don't want to play this game. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll be back. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. Probably will be tomorrow, to be honest. I don't have much to do tomorrow. But yeah. Man. Okay. Bye.